Why do some people seem to breeze through life without drama? It's a question that many of us ponder as we navigate our daily lives, often filled with conflicts and disagreements. The secret to living without conflict is a topic that resonates with people from all walks of life, as we all desire peace and harmony in our relationships and environments. Let's dive into the heart of the matter, everyday conflicts and their impact on our lives. Think about the last time you had an argument or disagreement with someone. How did it make you feel? Chances are, it left you feeling drained, frustrated, and maybe even a bit hopeless. These conflicts, whether big or small, take a toll on our emotional and physical well-being. They can sap our energy, leaving us feeling exhausted and unmotivated. The problem goes beyond just feeling bad at the moment. Constant disagreements can have a lasting impact on our relationships. Over time, unresolved conflicts can erode trust, create distance, and even lead to the breakdown of important connections in our lives. This cycle of conflict and tension can spill over into other areas, affecting our work performance, our health, and our overall quality of life. But here's the thing, living without conflict doesn't mean avoiding all disagreements or always getting your way. In fact, that's one of the biggest misconceptions people have about conflict-free living. Many believe that if they could just win every argument, or if they could avoid confrontation altogether, they'd be happier. However, this approach often leads to more problems in the long run. Avoiding all conflict isn't the answer. When we constantly sidestep issues, we miss opportunities for growth and understanding. Problems that go unaddressed tend to fester and grow, potentially exploding into larger conflicts down the line. On the other hand, always trying to win every argument doesn't bring peace either. It can leave others feeling unheard and resentful, damaging relationships and creating a hostile environment. Giving in constantly isn't the solution either. While it might seem like a path to peace, constantly yielding to others' wishes without expressing our own needs leads to resentment and feelings of powerlessness. This approach can damage our self-esteem and lead to passive-aggressive behavior, which is just another form of conflict. So what's the real secret to living without conflict? It starts with understanding the root of conflicts. Most disagreements stem from unmet needs, misunderstandings, or differing perspectives. When we can identify these underlying causes, we're better equipped to address the real issues at hand. The key is to shift our perspective on disagreements. Instead of viewing conflicts as battles to be won or avoided, we can see them as opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. This mindset shift allows us to approach conflicts with curiosity and openness, rather than defensiveness or aggression. To truly live without conflict, we need to develop self-awareness. This means recognizing our own triggers, those things that push our buttons and lead us to react emotionally. By understanding our emotional responses, we can learn to pause before reacting. This pause is crucial. It gives us the space to choose our response rather than simply reacting on autopilot. Developing self-awareness takes time and practice. It involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations in moments of tension. As we become more attuned to these internal cues, we can start to identify patterns in our responses to conflict. This knowledge is powerful because it allows us to interrupt negative patterns and make more conscious choices in how we engage with others. Communication skills play a vital role in reducing conflict. One of the most important skills to develop is active listening. This involves fully focusing on the speaker, trying to understand their perspective without immediately jumping to defend our own position. When we truly listen, we often find that many conflicts are based on simple misunderstandings that can be easily cleared up. Expressing our needs without blame is another crucial communication skill. Instead of accusing others or making demands, we can learn to articulate our feelings and needs clearly and calmly. This approach invites cooperation rather than defensiveness. Using I statements is an effective technique for this. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," we might say, "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted." This subtle shift focuses on our experience rather than attacking the other person, making it more likely that they'll be receptive to what we're saying. Empathy and understanding are powerful tools for reducing conflict. By putting ourselves in others' shoes, we can start to see situations from different angles. This doesn't mean we have to agree with everyone, but it does help us recognize that there are often multiple valid perspectives on any given issue. Finding common ground is a key aspect of empathy. Even in heated disagreements, there's usually something that both parties can agree on. Identifying these areas of agreement can provide a foundation for working through differences constructively. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in managing conflicts. Staying present in heated moments allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When we're mindful, we're better able to manage our stress and emotions, preventing them from escalating the situation. Breathing techniques can be particularly helpful for maintaining calm during conflicts. Simple practices like taking deep breaths or counting to 10 before responding can make a big difference in how we handle tense situations. These techniques help activate our body's relaxation response, countering the fight or flight reaction that often kicks in during conflicts. Adopting a problem-solving approach to conflicts can dramatically reduce their frequency and intensity. This means focusing on solutions rather than assigning blame. When we approach disagreements with a collaborative mindset, we're more likely to find resolutions that work for everyone involved. Win-win thinking is a crucial part of this approach. Instead of viewing conflicts as competitions where one person has to lose for the other to win, we can look for solutions that meet everyone's needs. This might require some creativity and flexibility, but it often leads to more satisfying and lasting resolutions. Forgiveness and letting go are essential skills for living without conflict. Holding on to grudges and resentments only perpetuates negative feelings and increases the likelihood of future conflicts. Learning to forgive, both others and ourselves, can be incredibly liberating. It's important to note that forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior or putting ourselves in situations where we'll be hurt again. Rather, it's about releasing the negative emotions associated with past conflicts so that we can move forward unburdened. Techniques for releasing negativity can be helpful in this process. These might include practices like journaling, meditation, or talking with a trusted friend or therapist. The goal is to process our emotions in a healthy way, so that we're not carrying old hurts into new situations. Developing daily practices that reduce conflict can create a more peaceful life overall. This might involve setting aside time for self-reflection, practicing gratitude, or engaging in activities that promote relaxation and well-being. When we're feeling centered and at peace with ourselves, we're less likely to be triggered by external conflicts. Building stronger relationships is another key aspect of conflict-free living. This involves investing time and energy into nurturing our connections with others. When we have strong, positive relationships, we're more likely to give others the benefit of the doubt and approach potential conflicts with goodwill. Creating a peaceful environment, both in our physical spaces and in our interactions with others, can also help reduce conflicts. This might involve decluttering our living spaces, setting healthy boundaries, or cultivating a positive atmosphere in our workplaces and homes. Of course, living without conflict doesn't mean we'll never face challenges. There will always be difficult people and situations that test our skills. Learning how to deal with these challenges effectively is an important part of the process. When it comes to difficult people, it's important to remember that we can't control others' behavior, but we can control our own responses. Setting clear boundaries, maintaining our composure, and choosing our battles wisely can help us navigate these challenging relationships without getting drawn into constant conflicts. Handling recurring conflicts requires patience and persistence. Sometimes it may be necessary to have multiple conversations about the same issue before reaching a resolution. In these cases, it's important to approach each discussion with a fresh perspective, avoiding the temptation to rehash old grievances. There may be times when outside help is necessary to resolve conflicts. This could involve seeking the advice of a trusted mentor, consulting a relationship counselor, or engaging in mediation. Recognizing when we need help and being willing to seek it is a sign of strength, not weakness. As we work on reducing conflicts in our lives, we'll start to notice numerous benefits. Our relationships tend to improve as we become better at communicating and resolving differences constructively. This can lead to deeper, more satisfying connections with others. Our mental and physical health often improve as well. Chronic conflict is a significant source of stress, which can have negative impacts on our overall well-being. As we learn to navigate disagreements more smoothly, we may find that we feel more relaxed and energized. Perhaps one of the most significant benefits is that we have more time and energy for positive pursuits. When we're not constantly caught up in conflicts, we can focus on personal growth, creative endeavors, and activities that bring us joy. This can lead to a more fulfilling and purposeful life overall. Living without conflict is a skill that can be learned and developed over time. It requires patience, practice, and a willingness to look at ourselves and our interactions honestly. But the rewards are well worth the effort. As you move forward, I encourage you to try implementing some of these techniques in your daily life. Start small, perhaps by practicing active listening in your next conversation, or by taking a few deep breaths the next time you feel tension rising. Notice how these small changes affect your interactions and your overall sense of well-being. The goal isn't to eliminate all disagreements from your life. Rather, it's to develop the skills to navigate differences in a way that promotes understanding, growth, and positive outcomes. With practice, you may find that what once seemed like insurmountable conflicts become opportunities for deeper connection and personal development. Living without conflict is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, but each difficulty is an opportunity to refine your skills and deepen your understanding. Be patient with yourself and others as you work on developing these new habits and ways of thinking. It's also important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Every time you successfully navigate a potential conflict or maintain your composure in a challenging situation, you're building your capacity for peaceful living. These small victories add up over time, gradually transforming your relationships and your life. As you continue on this path, you may find that your influence extends beyond your immediate circle. As others observe your calm and constructive approach to potential conflicts, they may be inspired to adopt similar practices. In this way, your personal growth can have a ripple effect, contributing to a more harmonious community and world. Remember that living without conflict doesn't mean living without passion or conviction. You can still stand up for what you believe in and pursue your goals. The difference is in how you approach challenges and differences of opinion. By coming from a place of understanding and respect, you can advocate for your position while maintaining positive relationships and open lines of communication. It's also worth noting that this approach to conflict can be applied in all areas of life: personal relationships, professional settings, and even in how we engage with broader societal issues. The skills of empathy, clear communication, and collaborative problem-solving are valuable in any context where different perspectives come into contact. As you work on developing these skills, you may find it helpful to seek out resources and support. There are many books, workshops, and online courses available on topics like effective communication, emotional intelligence, and conflict resolution. Consider exploring some of these resources to deepen your understanding and expand your toolkit. You might also consider finding a mentor or joining a support group where you can discuss your experiences and learn from others who are on a similar path. Sometimes having a community of like-minded individuals can provide encouragement and valuable insights as you work on making changes in your life. It's important to remember that living without conflict is not about becoming a doormat or suppressing your own needs and feelings. It's about finding ways to express yourself and meet your needs while also respecting others and maintaining positive relationships. This balance is key to sustainable, conflict-free living. As you become more skilled at navigating potential conflicts, you may find that you're able to address issues more proactively. Rather than waiting for tensions to build up, you'll likely become better at recognizing potential sources of conflict early on and addressing them before they escalate. This proactive approach can lead to more authentic and honest relationships. When we're not afraid of conflict, we're more likely to express our true thoughts and feelings, leading to deeper connections and mutual understanding. Living without conflict also doesn't mean that you'll never feel angry or upset. These are natural human emotions, and it's important to acknowledge and process them in healthy ways. The difference is in how we express and act on these emotions. With practice, you can learn to channel these intense feelings into constructive action rather than allowing them to fuel destructive conflicts. As you continue to work on these skills, you may find that your overall outlook on life becomes more positive. When we're not constantly bracing for or recovering from conflicts, we have more mental and emotional energy to appreciate the good things in our lives and to pursue our passions and goals. This positive outlook can become self-reinforcing. As we approach life with more optimism and openness, we're likely to have more positive interactions with others, which in turn reinforces our positive expectations. This can create a virtuous cycle of improved relationships and reduced conflicts. It's also worth noting that the skills involved in living without conflict, things like empathy, clear communication, and problem solving, are highly valued in many professional contexts. As you develop these abilities, you may find that they enhance your effectiveness and opportunities in your career as well. Remember that living without conflict is not about creating a perfect, problem-free life. It's about developing the resilience and skills to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace and effectiveness. It's about creating a life where disagreements and differences become opportunities for growth and deeper understanding rather than sources of stress and discord. As you move forward on this path, be kind to yourself. Change takes time, and there will likely be moments when you fall back into old patterns. When this happens, try to view it as a learning opportunity rather than a failure. Reflect on what triggered the old behavior and how you might handle a similar situation differently in the future. Living without conflict is ultimately about creating a life of greater peace, both internally and in your relationships with others. It's about fostering an environment where differences are respected, communication is clear and compassionate, and problems are approached with a spirit of collaboration rather than competition. As you implement these ideas in your life, pay attention to how they affect not just your interactions with others, but also your relationship with yourself. Many of us carry on internal conflicts that can be just as draining as external ones. The same principles of empathy, understanding, and constructive problem solving can be applied to how we treat ourselves. The secret to living without conflict lies not in avoiding all disagreements or always getting your way, but in developing the skills and mindset to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. It's about cultivating self-awareness, improving our communication, practicing empathy, and approaching problems with a collaborative spirit. This path offers the potential for deeper, more authentic relationships, improved mental and physical health, and a more fulfilling life overall. While it requires effort and practice, the rewards of living with less conflict are immeasurable. So I encourage you to take the first step. Choose one idea from this discussion and commit to practicing it in your daily life. Notice how it affects your interactions and your overall sense of well-being. Remember, every small change you make has the potential to create a significant positive impact over time. Living without conflict is not just a personal benefit, it's a gift you give to those around you and to the world at large. As you cultivate peace in your own life, you contribute to creating a more harmonious and understanding world for all. Thank you for taking the time to explore this important topic. I hope you found value in this discussion and that it inspires you to take positive action in your life. Remember, the power to reduce conflict and create more peace in your life is within you. It starts with a decision and grows with consistent practice. Here's to your journey towards a more peaceful and fulfilling life.